we recapping from Friday, Holy Day. Happy Holy Day. Happy all of that day to you. Ah man, have to get you one next time. Happy Sabbath. Happy Saturday. I hope y'all having a great Saturday. I wanted to come on so we can recap from last night. It was an amazing holy day. Ooh, it was an amazing holy day. Let me tell you, it was such an amazing holy day. Um, we gonna get into what my holy day meeting was about after leaving. I did a holy day demonstration, went on to a meeting, and then went on to a podcast to watch Brother Rich and Brother Sharif demonstrate on that hoodoo, and he still tied it into this more science. He still took it right back into this Circle 7. So it was a beautiful demonstration last night, even with that. Very nice demonstration. Trying to make sure we are correct in our sense. Yes. In the demonstration that was, so it was a great demonstration all the way around, right? So, I just want to first point out this portion. Barry coming for y'all, ain't they? Ain't he, brothers? Barry is coming for y'all. At the last minute, in the 12th hour, Barry said, "Black men, y'all don't need to support nobody but me and her." Where he been this whole time? And now he needs y'all in his life. He coming for y'all, brothers. Y'all, at the last minute. Always like a brother. Last minute doings, huh? At the last minute, he needs y'all to vote for him. So now he's trying to stroke y'all's ego so y'all go over there to that side. I think one of y'all should run for president. And let's not forget that Cornel West is running too. Y'all ain't got to just pick from them two people. Cornel West is running. And if you would like to place yourself in the option, on the option line of the ballot, why don't you just vote for you? That's all you got to do. You can get you a group of people and say, "Hey, everybody write my name in the box." You can throw this thing all the way off if you wanted to. Everybody just vote for themselves. We know no one's coming to do anything for us. We know this is really pretty much on us. So why don't we just all put our own name on the ballot and vote for yourself? You might come out better that way. At least ain't nobody. You won't lead yourself to destruction. But you trying to leave your life in the hands of people that really don't care about you. Because if they cared anything about you, they just now showing up. Barry just showing up. They'd have been checking on you. They'd have been making sure your pockets was right. They wouldn't have made sure food was so high. They wouldn't have been giving money away to this country, that country, this person coming over here, that person coming over here. Because they give all our money away and then we're told we're lazy. But y'all got all the benefits off the sweat of our backs. But we lazy. But all the money's going to the people that swear we lazy. But that's our money. Our taxpayer money that we work hard for, that we pay taxes on. Right? But Barry coming for y'all. Barry wants y'all now. They begging at this point. Every knee will bow and every tongue will confess. Excuse the way I'm looking today, but boy, when I got up and seen that one, I was on the ground. I was like, wow. Barry came for y'all at the last minute. We're what, 4 cycles away from this so-called thing that they're gonna, where the people are supposed to place the person in sovereign power. But you got to at least know this person. Have you studied this person? Have you done research on this person for real, for real? Or just because the person showed up, that you decided that's who it is. But you haven't even did enough study to see if this person should be raised to sovereign power. I'm telling you, Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought everything. He didn't miss a step. He didn't even miss a step, even based on sovereign power. Even based on raising someone to sovereign power. Even an election came in this Circle 7. An election. Because the people raised the person to sovereign power. Us. You go in there to do this, this, and that. No matter what it is, we're still responsible for raising them to sovereign power. And even once they get in power, nobody holds them accountable for the things that they ain't did that they told you they was going to do. Nobody stands up and do that. Nobody. The only person I've seen that did do that, or at least attempt to go to the White House to speak for us, the only person I see that did do that, and many could have done that, was Kanye West. But as much as folks talked about him, from leaders and all, and ain't none of them stepped foot in that office to go say anything for the people, to speak anything for us as a people or as a nation. He was the one that did do that, as Larry Hoover Jr. says in the song. Tell me, do you know anyone that needs Jesus? And if you ain't listened to that song, go listen to it. Larry Hoover Jr. said, anybody could have went to the White House. Anybody could have did it, but you did it. You was the one that did it. You was the one that went up and was a voice for us as a people. He did do that. Nobody else did. As much stuff as y'all talking, nobody else did. None of your favorite people did. Not a Aunt Say, not a Z, none of them folks went up in there. The one that y'all deem so crazy and off is the one that took enough stands to stand on his square. Because my brother even understands this more science. Please believe Donda was no joke on it. So you think my brother don't know how to stand on his square? He went up in there and he did stand his ground, and he did speak for the people. He did ask for manufacturing to come back to our country. We're going to keep saying that. He did go up in there and say that it needed to come back here so we could start creating our own and making our own. When the port shut down, you got nervous. Why? Because you're not being responsible for yourself. We should be standing on our own, y'all. The fire getting hot. This furnace is getting even hotter. So please believe, even after last night's demonstration on Brother Rich, let me tell y'all something. This is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. It ain't even really we just turning up the heat right now. Just turning up. Because I'm going to tell you something. I demonstrated last night before I went to my holy day, and didn't get in my holy day meeting until 8:30. Well, how about based off of what I demonstrated, do you know my teacher was teaching almost verbatim the same thing? This is how you know this fire is getting hot. Because we're all coming into this oneness, and the vibration is raising so high, most of y'all ain't going to be able to stand the fire. It's going to be like what's that? The 3 Hebrew boys that were in the furnace. I can't remember. I used to know their names. Meladeth. You know, the 3 boys. They were in the furnace. It was burning. They couldn't figure out why the fire wasn't burning them up. Every time they're looking there, they ain't getting burnt up. Everybody else around them is, but they ain't being touched. And really, there's a 4th person in there, because when they look in there, there's really 4 people in there. Please understand the Spirit was protecting. Please understand the Spirit was truly protecting them. This fire is about to get so hot on y'all's tails, you going to feel the heat on your bottom. And you either going to stand up and stand on your square and stand straight up and stand in the affairs of men to get back what is rightfully yours, or you're going to sit and allow whatever comes upon you, whatever mistreatments, whatever mishaps come upon you is on you. For one, because you ain't studying. You got to study self. No matter if you don't decide to study anything in a religious text or nothing, at least study yourself. To balance yourself. To raise your vibration higher. As I say, y'all want to put all these people in position to rule over you. But you don't even know what that is. What is that? To rule over what? What portion of your life? When are we going to get it enough to where we know how to run our station the right way? And then put a particular person in sovereign power, one that we know is for the people. Not just speak and run their mouth. Because a lot of people do this, but there's no action. We need the action. Someone should be placed there that will put things in motion and put things in action in the way they're supposed to be. Our prophet brought us the answer. He said, I brought you everything to save a nation. Everything to save a nation. Everything to save a nation. We have literature. We have 101s. Everything to save a nation. Everything to save a nation. It's really not that difficult. Everything to save a nation. Now save yourself. Now save yourself. So he brought us many tools to save ourselves, right? And many tools that we could use to help align our life in the way it should be. And as I was saying, for my teacher to be on the same vibration as I was last night, for him to be on the same vibration, and for us not exactly, but pretty much hitting the same points. Because one thing I did bring out of Friday Holy Day, and I'm gonna post the recording. It can only probably go on Facebook because it's a conference call recording. But the one thing, we came out of chapter 47 in the Circle 7, the Holy Quran of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science. This Holy Quran, right here, this Holy Quran. I'm gonna tell y'all something about this Holy Quran. Because I was on a podcast with someone, right? And no, I have explained before, I come from Seventh-day Adventist into Moorish science. So no, I never lived Islam as a child, never grew up, but let me tell you something. A lot of the same practices that you practice as a Seventh-day Adventist is no different than Islam. So maybe I wasn't in the so-called Quran of Mecca as a child, but I grew up Seventh-day Adventist of understanding what it was to rest, to take Friday night when the sun went down, for things to be still, and for Saturday for us to go into worship, to learn, to teach. That's what we did. Not necessarily resting to sleep, but we were able to learn. We were able to teach. Our moms were able to sit down. Our parents were able to sit down with us and give us some knowledge to carry us through the next cycle, because Sunday started a new cycle. So as much as I probably didn't like that growing up, couldn't watch TV, no cartoons, all of these things, it's a good thing. Because I'm not a TV person anyway, even as an adult. I don't watch TV. And I really wasn't keen in my children watching too much. They could watch certain things, and then if I did sit down and watch TV, I was watching TV with them, so I was really watching what they watched. So I was more Nickelodeon, Disney, Cartoon Network. So seeing things and really starting to understand that, ooh, all this stuff is trash. My children became gamers because I had boys. So that was a good thing, feed into that, right? But I never really was raised in Islam. I always admired it. I always wanted to raise my sons in the Nation of Islam. I always wanted to. From the time I had my first child, because in Colorado, you have a big presence of the Nation of Islam. And a lot of my family on my father's side is in the Nation. So, that was my first taste of Islam. And a brother from the Nation of Islam gave me my first book, Brother Saeed. He's a barber. He was in barber school. I was working in the salon next to the barber school. And he gave me a book. Was it From Negroes to Kings, or From Kings to Negroes? Something like that. Blew me away, right? To me, that was my first. And that was in 1990. Ooh, and I worked in 1994. 1994, because I wasn't even married yet. Yeah, 1994, when he gave me that book. Blew me away. I already had my oldest son. I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to bow tie him up. We going to the Nation. It didn't happen that way. So no, I never was raised in it that way to know that Quran of Mecca, right? But my teacher brought something to my attention. And it just really, I was like, oh, all right. And I want to tell y'all about that. Hold on, where is it? So when he said, yeah, you know, people are always asking, do I know this surah? Do I know that? No, I don't. I don't even know. I can tell you stuff out the Bible, but I couldn't tell you where it was. Like John 3:16. I might can give you some of that. I can give you the Lord's Prayer. I can do those things. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't no scholar in it to be like, oh yeah, go to here, go to there, go to da. Not at all. My teacher had to bring me something. And it just really, I was like, Islam, because he always tells me, this right here, study, eat from it. If I pick up anything else and don't see the prophet, put it down. So everything ain't meant to go into your psyche either, right? Islam. So I'm going to read this chapter out of the Circle 7, the Holy Quran of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science, the divine instructions from the Holy Prophet. Reason why you hear me say holy, and yes, in my Father's house there's many mansions. So y'all got to quit with this separation thing, because in my Father's house there's many mansions. The Moorish Holy Temple of Science, the Moorish Science Temple of America, the temple, the book, what? It's many mansions. It's many schools of thought. It's many mansions. It's one understanding. Supreme understanding. Islam. So out of chapter 45, the divine origin of the Asiatic nation, I'm going to come to a point that he brought to me. And I was like, Islam. Because as I say, this thing unfolds into it probably unfolds bigger than the Quran of Mecca. It will unfold into that. Even though it looks as small as it does because it unfolds by degrees. It's unfolding as the bud unfolds to show the flower. That's how these lessons unfold. The fallen sons and daughters of the Asiatic nation of North America, the fallen sons and daughters, that's us, of the Asiatic nation of North America need to learn to love instead of hate and to know their higher self and lower self. So we need to learn to love instead of hate. First of all, we need to love our nation. Learn to love that part. To love as a people. We need to learn to love instead of hate. At least love the information. At least fall in love with knowing who you are. Because if you don't, on the other side, you hate who you are. You hate who you stand for. You hate where you come from. You can't find no happiness in any of it. So you hate it. Straight up. So we need to learn to love instead of hate and to know our higher self and lower self. This is the uniting of the Holy Quran of Mecca for the teaching and instructing all Moorish Americans, etc. So this is the uniting of the Holy Quran of Mecca. This right here unites it. So within it, it's in there. It unfolds in degrees, so even if you study that and you go to it and see it, you can see that you could come back to this and still relate to it. You can go in your Bible. There are parts I've had teachers can teach from. They teach from the Holy Quran. They teach from the Holy Quran. They teach from the Bible. They teach from the Circle 7. Islam. I'm doing a live. My fault. Want me to call you right back? I'll call you right back. You look so pretty. Islam, peace. So they'll teach from, I've had teachers, Akanai, he would teach from all of them things. But the way that he could still come back to this and show us where it's still inside of this Holy Quran of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science, where it's still there and ain't went nowhere, right? We're still learning. It's like we learn all the schools of thoughts through this pamphlet. But as I said, even though it's small to you, even though it looks easy, most people say, yeah, I've read it before. But reading it, understanding it, and getting the knowledge and studying it and applying it to your life is more than just reading it. So you could read it and it seems easy read. But it's not. It unfolds so drastically. So this unfolding, this is the uniting of the Holy Quran of Mecca for the teaching and instructing all Moorish Americans, etc. So, etc., etc. The key of civilization was and is in the hands of the Asiatic nations. The Moorish, who were the ancient Moabites and the founders of the holy city of Mecca. The Egyptians, who were the Hammatites, and of a direct descendant of Mizraim. The Arabians, the seed of Hagar, Japanese and Chinese, the Hindus of India, the descendants of the ancient Canaanites, Hittites, and Moabites from the land of Canaan. So peep this. Let's peep this. You know, they said the Moabites, her seed was bad. She was barren. She couldn't have no children. Well, how did Ruth go lay with Boaz, a Canaanite, and have a child? So whose seed was really bad? It was the brother's seed. They was barren. The sisters was never barren. Because you turned to sin. You fell into your lower self. That's why Ruth decided to go with Naomi, because there was some foolishness going on. And she didn't have time for foolishness. So she said, Naomi, I'm going with you. I'm not staying here with these goofballs. You see what they doing? We ain't going to have no children no more because these men don't know how to act. So the women were never barren. Or Ruth would have never laid with Boaz in one night and became pregnant. And Boaz then transitioned. So she wasn't barren. Don't put that on the sisters, because we wasn't. We can raise up in age, and we can be 90, 100 years old and still have children. A lot of times y'all seed goes bad, because y'all mistreated it. And the prophet put that also in this circle 7. You take advantage of that stream that gives life, that brings youth. You disrespect it. Because you think with the wrong head. Your head is always down there. You ain't never thinking with this one. So no, we weren't barren. So let's get that straight. Peace, right? Islam. So as I was saying, the Hindus of India, the descendants of the ancient Canaanites, Hittites, and Moabites from the land of Canaan. So Ruth saved the nation. If anything, a sister's always saving the nation. Islam. The Asiatic nations and countries, North, South, and Central America, the Moorish Americans and Mexicans of North America. I told you I was a Mexican too. Brazilians, Argentinians, and Chileans in South America. Colombians, Nicaraguans, and the natives of San Salvador in Central America, etc. All of these are Muslims. The Turks are the true descendants of Hagar. Hagar Bay. That's why I'm a Bay. Yeah, I could go back to Hagar. Abraham Il. I could go back there. Let's talk about tribes. It's all in there of who we are. You just got to recognize the degree. You got to recognize where it is and where to find it. Stop thinking because somebody told you that that's what it is. Go find it for yourself. Stop coming on my post asking what something mean and you ain't went to research nothing. Half the time you don't know why I posted it. Sometimes I'm posting stuff so I can remember to go back and look at it. Not necessarily that was for you and for you to come and dissect it and break it down. Sometimes that's not what that's for. If I wanted a description on something, I would put it at the top. And most of the time when people do put a description on their post, half of y'all Negroes don't read it. The Turks are the true descendants of Hagar, who are the chief protectors of the Islamic creed of Mecca, beginning from Muhammad I, the founder of the Uniting of Islam, by the command of the great universal God Allah. Prophets continue to come, but they have taken our prophets. Society has taken our prophets and created a profit off of them. It's big business off of our prophets' backs because they profit from it. They profit from it. They profit from our prophets. Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, etc. Prophet Noble. We can keep going. Prophet Noble Drew Ali, founder. The reincarnated prophet. We can keep going. Allah, we can keep going. That's why it says ETC even on your card. Because this spirit don't stop. This spirit continues. The spirit rises up in me. When you see Moors on here demonstrating, and sometimes just into it, their compassion is there, believe me, that spirit speaking through them. Sometimes we don't even know that we even said that and go back and watch it and be like, whoa, that's the spirit. This is how we know we still connected to the spirit. That's why that video last night on Brother Rich with Brother Sharif on Neil Bay was very important on hoodoo magic. Hoodoo and voodoo. We're in the month of harvest. This is October. This is an 8-month. This is 8 months. Get your life, because this is number 8. November's 9. Nov, 9. It's not 11. It's 9. Count. Understand that. Because we're in the 8. This is harvest time. And you don't realize they've taken your same stuff that was given to you from birth, your birthright. Because I even asked my friend that grew up in Nigeria that didn't come to America till he was 13. They taught you this? Did they teach you that stuff when you were little? He said, no, I was born into it. I was born into taking my shoes off and grounding and going outside. I was born into that. I was born in understanding Orishas. I was born in understanding ancestry. I was born into that. So he has a different respect for where he comes from. Because we don't know, we have no respect of this land. We have no respect of where we come from. We have no respect for our ancestors. So we turned away from our people. We turned away from our mother, father, Allah. And you don't think Allah wasn't going to turn from you? Because you playing. You can't straddle the fence no more. Ain't no straddling the fence. The fence hot. The fence done burnt down. There's only one side to the fence. You trying to back your way away from the truth. But this fire ain't playing. We is turning the heat up. Brother Rich said, last night he said, I think you trying to make this the best show of the year. In my head, y'all don't even understand he just getting started. Just getting started. But that was so beautiful to bring that all into, encompass it into one, into understanding that that's a part of who we are. It's even in our circle 7. It might not be, you got to, as I say, unfold it. And it's nothing spooky or crazy about it. It's who we are. Do you understand? As he asked, would you rather have a pyramid, the directions on the pyramid, or would you rather have the mind to build the pyramid, or just the pyramid? Give me the mind. How did that work? The mind. Masterminds can trace themselves back. Thus they know. We can trace ourselves back. We have to come into this oneness. We have to unite, though. You heard me break down every family tied to us. From Egyptians to Hammatites to Chinese and Japanese to the Central Americas to the Argentinians, the Colombians. You heard me, the Turks, all of that. All Muslims. All Muslims. So, even when learning the degree of, because I kept saying, in Acts 6, it says, with us all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and partial of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, right? Or Ethiopians. And people go, well, yeah, Ethiopia, what you saying? Ethiopia at one time, was it obsidian? I think I'd be saying it wrong. Obsidian. I'd be thinking of the crystal, obsidian, every time I say it, but I know it starts with an A. Right? And that was all Muslim. We were all Islam. This planet was Islam. It means peace. It's a simple faith. It's peace with everything. So, when the new wine came, because y'all see this pretty bottle of wine, half of that place decided, I'm going to drink the new wine. The other half stayed Islam. There's the division. Some took on the new wine of what was brought from Rome. The other half stayed in their original. They didn't turn their back on Allah. That's why you can see certain parts of over there are still what it is. They didn't turn their back on Allah. The new wine folks did, though. And the new wine folks over here. Because we drank new wine over here, too. That was the fire water they gave our ancestors. We drank that new wine and got caught up in their religion. That came from Rome. That had nothing to do with us. We practiced Islam. Simple faith. Means peace with everything. We follow the laws of nature. If you want to go back to 42 laws, more than that. It's so many instructions, you can't even break them down into 10 or 42 or 104. It's many. Many lessons have to be learned. So instructions are going to come again. So don't think because you caught one section that you got it. No, because it be instructions for the times in these days and times that need to be adjusted to these days and times. That's why a prophet continues to come. But the fire's so hot right now. The fire is on us now. It's raising up, boy. And you ain't gonna have a choice. So you better connect and have your spiritualness together. Get in touch with your soul. Because I'm telling you, if not, you are dooming yourself to be bound down to this carnal place. To even be bound down to this carnal place. How do you think? We even talked about burials and funerals and things like that. How even when we're burying our loved ones, how that's so disrespectful. My children went to a funeral for the first time in their life. Well, the second time in their life. So I never just let them go do it. But for the second time in their life with their cousin. You know, my oldest son calls me on the phone while they're out there. He said, Mom, don't put me in no box. Cremate me. Don't put me in no box. I don't want to be put in no box because I feel trapped. I'm going to feel trapped in there. Peep this. I always keep that in the back of my head because I don't want to be buried neither. Cremate me. Let me fly free. I want to be free. Let my ashes fly free. Because when we bury and put them in the box, we bound them down. Their spirit can't go nowhere. It's in there. Good. Why did you trap them in there? The proper way is that way. That's why it says ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We're supposed to return back because then our spirit can be free. We have nothing bounding us down and weighing us down. We're already weighed down by the carnal flesh. Allow the spirit to be free and soar on smoother and sail on smoother seas. They can sail on way smoother planes. It could be a smoother ride. It don't have to be so bumpy and so when understanding what that's even about, man, we talked about that. That's why I said all of this. And then to go into the hoodoo magic and how you bring it back into more science and how you still see Allah and all of this. And it's only bad because you made it bad. You demonized it. You put that on that. You decided to call that to it. And not even understanding our power and how beautiful it is that we ain't got to do nothing out of hate or spite. We don't have to do nothing for the meanness. Even going back and even studying a lot of that I have. A lot of that was used only for the good. It was to teach how to manifest, how to bring things into fruition, how to really meditate. Brother Sharif gave us training wheels last night on what meditation really is. Something I've never heard nobody say, down to the dopest people that meditate. But he gave us some tools last night. He gave over 2,500 people some tools to use. Training wheels. On what that is. We got to know how to use these training wheels. You know what I'm saying? We got to know how to use them. You know, you don't take the training wheels off till you really know how to balance the bike, right? Mine didn't come off till I really knew how to balance that bike. So, yeah. But yeah, so I one of the sisters on Friday Holy Day, she was demonstrating. So Friday Holy Day, you know, we asked, do you who wants to give honors? My teacher, Brother John, said a meeting has never started until a sister gives honors. So ain't no meeting until a sister speaks. There's no meeting. I don't care what y'all see, how y'all see it. Prophet say ain't no meeting until the sister gives honor. Islam, till the sister gives honor. Then we creating a meeting. Because other than that, ain't no meaning. When y'all brothers think y'all just doing it out of ego, a sister needs to demonstrate Islam. So Sister Michelle demonstrated. She came out of chapter 47 and came hard. And chapter 47 is about Egypt, the capital empire of the Dominion of Africa, right? And so as she was reading through it, she was talking about our Father Allah, right? So, peace is the first religion. If y'all didn't know that, peace. That's why Islam means peace. Simple, simple. Islam means peace. Peace is the first religion. Everyone all around the world they want to obtain peace. That's what they're looking for. Egypt, the capital. Egypt, comma. The capital empire of the Dominion of Africa. The inhabitants of Africa are the descendants of the ancient Canaanites from the land of Canaan. Old man Cush and his family are the first inhabitants of Africa who came from the land of Canaan. His father Ham, we over here, and his family were second. Then came the word Ethiopia. We see in the mix, which means the demarcation line of the dominion of Amexem, the first true and divine name of Africa. The dividing of the land between the Father and the Son. Ham and Cush. The dominion of Cush, northeast and southeast Africa. And northwest and southwest, his father's dominion of Africa. We're in the northwest gate of Africa. Ham, that's what's up. Ham bone, have you heard? Ham, we in the land of Ham. His children, the father, that was the father given dominion over this. In later years, many of their brethren from Asia and the Holy Lands joined them. The Moabites from the land of Moab, who received permission from the pharaohs of Egypt to settle and inhabit northwest Africa. They were the founders and are the true possessors of the present Moroccan Empire. Moroccan Empire. I know y'all see Morocco, right? Y'all see Morocco. Y'all go on your map and see Morocco. Well, the new day Morocco is the Moroccan Kingdom. We're still the Moroccan Empire. The Moroccan Empire over here. See how we giving up our stuff so easy? The whole empire we've given over. With the Canaanites, Hittite, and Amorite brethren who sojourned from the land of Canaan, seeking new homes. Their dominion and inhabitation extended from northeast and southwest Africa, across great Atlantis, even unto the present North, South, and Central America, and also Mexico, and the Atlantis Islands, before the great earthquake which caused the great Atlantic Ocean. The river Nile, which is the Mississippi River, was dredged by Queen Neith, right? And made by the ancient pharaohs of Egypt in order to trade with the surrounding kingdoms. Remember I said we're an empire, kingdom. We always traded with surrounding kingdoms, all the 7 seas. Also the Niger River was dredged by the great pharaoh of Egypt in those ancient days for trade. And it extends eastward from the river Nile westward across the great Atlantic. It was used for trade and transportation. According to all true and divine records of the human race, there is no Negro, black, or colored race attached to the human family. So when you call yourself that, you're not attached to the human family. There's nothing in the human race that does that. That's why they snatched you from the human race. Human race. You talk about it's a race thing. The only race is the human race. Is you human or not? Islam. According to all true divine records of the human race, there is no Negro, black, or colored race attached to the human family because all the inhabitants of Africa were and are the human race, descendants of the ancient Canaanite nations from the holy land of Canaan. What your ancient forefathers were, you are today, without a doubt or contradiction. There is no one who is able to change man from the descendant nature of his forefathers, unless the power extends beyond the great universal creator, Allah himself. We're going to stop right there. There is no one who is able to change man from the descendant nature of his forefathers. Don't matter. You can't get a surgery to do it, because even when you're getting these surgeries done, you can't reverse them surgeries. So you can't change the descendant nature. You can change the flesh. You can do that all day. You can BBL the flesh. You can do all these things to the flesh. But you can't change the descendant nature. Because if you can, then that means you could go beyond the great universal creator, Allah himself. Herself, himself, herself. Because we're going to get to this him thing that we got to stop. Because then it keeps making us disrespect our mother, making us disrespect the woman. And that's going to stop. The holy and divine laws are from the prophet, Noble Drew Ali, the founder of the uniting of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science. These laws are to be strictly preserved by the members of all the temples of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science. The reason why you hear me say holy, y'all hear me say holy, is holy instructions. This is a holy Quran because this was a holy and divine movement. Holy means we need to clean up. That's why you don't see holy in a lot of things. You just see Moorish Science Temple of America. Moorish Science Temple of America. The Holy One still does exist, but the Holy One got very few members in it. It's the few members that the prophet said, I'm going to still have fingers to count when I'm done. I have fingers to count when I'm done. That's how many people I know ain't going to get this. He said it'll be 50 years before you know what I brought you. And even for those that say, I've been in the movie for 50 years, you still don't know what he brought you, because he said you wouldn't know what he brought you even in 50 years. So people be swearing they got it, but they don't. Ooh, so the holy part means we got to clean up. We all need to clean up so we can get back to the holisticness. We be talking about we're holistic, we're this. But that holisticness needs to be within too. The holiness needs to be within the spirit too. That's how we get back to this thing being a holy and divine movement. Holistically, because we come together, we come into this oneness, this supreme understanding of who Allah really is. Islam, and that Allah and man are one. But just because you say that don't mean that you're practicing it and you're doing it in your life. You can say that to yourself all day long. But until it gets in your spirit. I ain't going to say DNA because I'm so tired of that being thrown around, because we're going to talk about that DNA thing. Once it can get in there and you really know that you know, and then so you'll show up and you'll be what you know in always. Not halfway, not sometime, but you'll always. That's holy. That's holistic. Islam. These laws are strictly preserved for the members of the temples of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science, that they will learn to open their meeting and guide in according to the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Every subordinate temple of the Grand Major Temple is to form under the covenant of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and create their own laws and customs in conjunction with the laws of the Holy Prophet and the Grand Temple. I, the Prophet, Noble Drew Ali, was sent by the great God Allah to warn all Asiatics of America to repent from their sinful ways before that great and lawful day which is sure to come. That lawful day right here. I told y'all the fire getting hot is on your booties. It's like turning up. That furnace is getting so hot that you gonna feel it from state to state. Gotta need you to turn from your sinful ways before this great day comes. That's why we going so hard. I'm seeing it. I'm watching my boys. I'm watching them rise up. That's why they're going so hard. Save you from the wrath which is sure to come. The time has come when every nation must worship under its own vine and fig tree, and every tongue must confess his own. Through sin and disobedience, every nation has suffered slavery due to the fact that they honored not the creed and principles of their forefathers. Do you understand why we suffered slavery? Anybody. I know we suffered it the worst. But do you understand why we turned from what we know better? We stopped honoring our forefathers. We started honoring things that have nothing to do with us. Customs, ways, and things that have nothing to do with us. Idols that have nothing to do with us. This is why the nationality of the Moors was taken away. You want to know why your nationality was taken away? Because of our own ignorance. This is why the nationality of the Moors was taken away from them in 1774. Because this is when the paper to the pen started to create the way to enslave you, not only physically, but mentally. How can we keep this thing going? As long as we keep them churches and them schools open, we can keep control of the Negro forever. This is why the nationality of the Moors was taken away from them in 1774. And the word Negro, black, and colored was given to the Asiatics of America who were of Moorish descent because they honored not the principles of their mother and father. Well, I told y'all that prodigal son is serious. We did not, whether it's our great-grandma, whoever was up in this thing, didn't honor the principles of our mother and father. And we strayed after the gods of Europe, whom we knew nothing about. See, we straying after stuff we know nothing about. That's why our men say, I go over here and get a wife. I'm going because you straying behind the gods of Europe you know nothing about. You don't even know nothing about yourself to be straying behind anything that you know nothing about. That you know nothing about. So, it's always him, Allah, him, Allah. Man. As I read in 17, this is why the nationality of the Moors were taken away in 1774. It's taken away from them. And the word Negro, black, and colored was given to the Asiatics of America who were of Moorish descent because they honored not the principles of their mother and father. Some people just want to honor the father. They keep forgetting about mama. But in our 101s, we can always confirm because it's the quest I'm on. So it's going to be a question and a response, right? So in question 70, it says, what is the higher self? Because in Moorish Science Temple of America, we know you got two selves. You ask Allah what to study. He says yourself. You go and say, okay, I studied it. Now what should I study? Yourselves. Your two selves, your higher self and your lower self, right? What is the higher self? This is question 70. The answer, the higher self is the mother of the virtues and the harmonies of life that breeds justice, mercy, love, and right. We forget about mama so much that you don't follow her rules. You see, mama came first. Principles of their mother and father. You forgot you had two to go by. Even after you ask your daddy or ask your mama, one of them gonna say, go ask your daddy. This is how me and my ex-husband would be. Go ask your dad. Go ask your mom. But there were rules. Nobody was making no decision without the other. That's one thing I can say about this, about us. He asked you. He came and asked you. I told him to come ask you. I told him to come ask you. What you think? We're going to come to a common core. We're not going to sit there and let them children have us going against each other because we don't know how to communicate. So mother has rules too, and you got to respect them. This movement, the Morris Shirley, this movement is to uplift the sisters, to uplift humanity. That's why I say we came to uplift humanity. We got to lift back to the highest plane of life. Lift us. The humanity is us. How do you get here? There's 1,000 million ways to check up out this bad boy. But it's only one way any of y'all can get here. And it's through the womb of us. You can't get here no other way. So I don't care how you try to change it, what you try to mix it. You can take yourself out of here 1,000,000 ways. But it's only one way to get here. And most of y'all don't even respect that one way to get here. Most of y'all don't even respect the one way to get here. But you'll respect the 1,000 ways to check up out of here. Because if you did, you would respect the woman way more than you do. You would respect your mama way more than you do. Mother is great. She gave me my body. If I treat it right, she gave me my body and took care of it till I was able to take care of it myself. If I treat it right, she'll give me another one. Half of y'all ain't been treating yourself right. So even if the Asiatic woman or any woman becomes barren, it's because y'all ain't treated it right. So what's the point? It's no need in bringing no more nothing in this world for y'all. Because the man's going to be barren again. That's what's going to happen. It ain't got nothing to do with us. Nothing to do with us. Because they constantly thinking with just that head. That's the only thing they can think of. So all their emotions and attachments come out of that head. Not out of the one between their two shoulders. And Cujo Goody said, use that tool between your two shoulders. It's called your brain. But most of our male people can't do that. They don't know how to use this one. It all goes there because it's all out of emotion. Because if things weren't out of emotion, you handle things differently. You would even handle us differently. As mothers, as wives, as women. Period. We're not to just lay down on our back and give it to you. That's not it. That's all that men think women are for. Because you could be with a woman, be married to her, get older. The woman ain't trying to go find no little young thing to raise. But the brother is. So is that meaning you don't want to be a man? And then talk bad about older women. But we had to be the ones to raise you up. Most of them older women was the ones that put you on your square to help you get to where you are. Now you want to dog them out. But they wasn't all dogged out when you didn't have, and they was pulling you up on your platform. Helping you build yourself up. But now that she's gotten older, now she ain't no good. Because that's what y'all do. Y'all use women until they're no good. And then throw them to the side to go find another one to lie to. All women are tired of being mistreated. From every nation, every color. I don't see one that ain't complaining. Because we have taken the feminine aspect out of who Allah is. And we keep putting this masculine thing on it. Him, because of he, and because of he. No. When we come together as one, it's feminine and masculine energy together, encompassing into one. That's what omnipotent means to me. Omnipresent means mother, father together. It means this oneness, this togetherness. One can't do without the other. That's what I love about Morris Science, how it brings it back to that supreme understanding, that oneness. You get 23 chromosomes from your father, 23 from your mother. Right? That's 46. 4 plus 6 is 10. It's only 9 numbers. 1 takes you back to the oneness again. It takes us back to the oneness. But until our women, until our mothers, our daughters, our sisters, our aunties are respected on a level and lifted up to where they belong, we're going to continue to go through what we're going through. You can think your tarot cards are going to work to throw it off. You can think whatever you want to think is going to throw it off. Until we come into this oneness, until the woman, the Asiatic woman is raised back up and lifted back up to where she belongs, we're going to continue to go through this hell. You will continue to be bound down to this carnal flesh. And you won't sail on smoother seas. You won't. The suffering gets worse. The heat gets hotter. Now I could go back and remember what my grandma used to say when she was like, yeah, the devil thinks he's bad, but it's people better than the devil. Because when you go down to hell, this is what she used to tell us, when you go to hell, you're going to be burning up. And as much as you say, ouch, it ain't going to stop. We be looking at my grandma like, that is horrendous. And why would you tell a child that? Because my grandmother, she scared Jesus in us. She scared Jesus into our life. Literally. Like, you gonna burn up. And when you go down there, you can't. It's hot. Ouch, it's hot. I can't. And it ain't gonna stop. It's still gonna be ouch. And you're gonna be ouching forever. Well, now I'm seeing what that furnace is she was talking about. And the way she used it was only to put us in line. So however she had to use it, how she had to use it. She would take her teeth out and say, my teeth only come out when it's a full moon. And baby, when it was a full moon and I go to the bathroom, because we had one bathroom. My grandmother took care of 5 grandchildren when we were all there together. One bathroom and my grandma. How did the 6 of us, one bathroom and none of the extras that we go through now? So I gotta go to the bathroom. None of that was popping off, right? My grandma would say, yeah, my teeth come out when the moon comes. So the moon would be full. I would be so scared to go to the bathroom because I've always had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Now that I remember that, I've always had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. So I go in there. I see them teeth. I'm like, oh, it's a full moon. I'm so scared. I can't even barely go to the back because I'm terrified like these teeth are going to come alive. I'm just thinking of everything my grandmother says, right? I would be scared to lie in my head because she tell me if we thought a lie that when she went to heaven, God was going to tell her about it because he wrote it down in the book of the Lamb, and it keeps a record of everything we do. So as much as we thought we was hiding from her, she was going to find out when she got to heaven. Boy, I tell you, my grandma, our grandmothers, the best. The love was so real coming from grandma. It was like the best love you could have. From the smell of the food, I could smell the food cooking. I could hear my grandma humming with that pin in her bun. She have her hair pulled up in a bun and a blue pin stuck right there with her house coat on, with her buttons in her pocket, and her house coat always have flowers on it. And my grandma be in there with the radio on, singing, humming the hymnals. I swear when our grandmothers was humming over the food, they was blessing the food. They was giving the love to the food. They was sending the energy to the food for us. I close my eyes because I see that. I just see my grandma. She only stood like 4'11". Both of my grandmas were little Mexican Cuban lady, about 4'11", just beautiful. My grandma Rainey. I could see her face. I could smell her glasses. Just, oh God. She always smelled like, I don't even know. It was the most pleasant grandma smell. That's all I can say. It was just a grandma smell. I don't know. You know, she had the most comfortable bed. Why do grandmas have comfortable beds? They be having the most comfortable bed, right? Somebody's laughing. They be having the most comfortable beds. Grandmas have the most comfortable bed. My grandma's bed was comfortable because we all had to sleep a certain way. You know, it was only like 3 rooms, and 2 of the rooms were blocked off by sheets. So I tell people, as a Mexican, I lived as a Mexican. I know what that is, to live in certain amounts of area, you know, and have things. So, you know, just, all of that was just so great. So me and my cousin would try to go go in the backyard. I'd be like, Grandma gonna know we lying, Vicky. She gonna know we lying. You know what she said. My cousin, boy, she didn't care. We still gonna lie and say we didn't do none of that. Boy, those were the days. But to respect grandma, to respect mother, we gotta go back to that. Because so much of that has been lost. And it was lost when we started allowing society to raise our children. When we were the ones that couldn't in our homes do what we need to do to put them in line. Whether that meant you was whooping your child or not. Still, when they took it out of your hands to raise your children, and now they telling you whether you talk to them, however you try to put them in order or any of that, you can get in trouble for it. That's why you got these children knocking their parents off. They got smart mouths. I've never seen so many young children just to be able to yell no to their parent. I don't want to. No. Girl, I would have been backhand on the floor. Who you yelling at, first of all? You ain't but this little. So who you yelling at? Because you don't pay no bills around here. Boy, favorite came out of her mouth. But I've never seen, and even as I was growing older, I never could talk back to my mom. I'm scared to talk back to my mama now. Right now, and I'm 50. I know, because she's out. Yes, ma'am. I'm still. But even when I was growing up and go to some people's house and they talk crazy to their parents, and in my head I'm going, I couldn't try that. I wouldn't even attempt to try that at my house. Because she gonna already know. Don't even try. Whatever you thought you went over there to learn, don't come over here with it. Get jacked up if you want to. And my mom works for social services. So talk about calling somebody on her. Oh well. Because if they come into this house, they going to take care of you then. Don't call them so they can be taking care of you. Because they ain't going to feed you the way I do. They ain't going to clothe you the way I do. Like, none of that. So the respect has been lost for our mothers so long ago. So long ago. Because as I said, if you able to even talk back to your parent in the slightest, baby, yeah. You following behind something you don't know nothing about. Because we didn't do that. We were always respectful to our elders. No matter what they said. The elder instructs you to do something, you doing it. Yes, ma'am, ain't no talk back. And your parent better not hear that you talked back to another adult. Because not only is you going to get popped in your mouth from your parent, you better hope they don't let them pop you. Because back in the day, not only when you got in trouble, your uncle knew, your aunties knew, so when it was a family gathering, guess what? Come here, let us holler at you. Oh, my Uncle John was the one with the belt, and nobody wanted whoopings by my Uncle John because he didn't play. And then as soon as he done whooping you, tell you in a minute, and don't be talking under your breath because I can hear you. You know, we be going, ooh, man, we shit, because you mad because they don't whoop. I could hear you. I swear my mom had Superman ears. She could hear everything through the wall. You be thinking you mumbling under your breath. I heard you. And she gonna tell you exactly what you said. You be like, dang, how she hear that? I'm all the way in here. But when we started disrespecting our parents from back then, we're seeing even them seeds that were planted, and this is the harvest. Because these children can be reckless with their mouths. And sometimes just be speaking, and boy, in a minute to yell, like, ooh, no, I'm not doing that. What? So if you allowing them to control you now, you're not on them about their ways now. Oh, when they get older, you ain't going to be able to handle that. You won't. When they get older, you won't be able to handle it because you let it be cute for too long. It was cute when they was, oh, that's so cute. That ain't cute. I never, when my children were doing stuff out of order, even 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, it ain't cute. I'm going to stop it at the door because if I allow it to become a habit for you, that means I'm not watching your inclinations in life. And Prophet Noble Drew Ali told us to watch their bit of their inclinations. Like, don't let that stuff get away with them for too long. Don't think that that's so cute when they do it. Like, correct it. Correct it immediately. Because if not, they're going to grow up and they're going to disrespect you. And you're going to be wondering, but I didn't. Yeah, because you let some stuff slide that you shouldn't have let slide. You weren't being a parent. You trying to be their friend. Be their parent. I remember my children have said that before. Just be my parent. I don't need a friend. I just want you to parent me. And sometimes we get caught up and we become too much of their friend. So then they don't know how to separate the two. But my children have even had to tell us how to separate the two. My youngest had to tell us that if you would be a father and stop trying to be my homeboy, we could probably get further. And my son was 14 when he said it. So this is what I'm saying. I didn't raise no children. They was aware as babies. Respect and all of that and what parenting is all about. Because time means more to a child than what you can buy them. So the time you give them is really what's important. The time that you can sit down and conversate with them. Allow them to feel safe. Allow them to feel comfortable with you. But that don't mean making them your friend. Because they won't know how to decipher the two. Especially if you don't put up a way to separate the two. Say, look, I'm mama first. Please understand. And there's a respect that comes with that. But see, a lot of mothers became their daughter's friends too much. So you see a lot of women to be out here, they're just their friend. And then the daughter has no respect for herself, no respect for mama, because we trying too hard to be friends. We can't be that. We can't. Because this is how the fall happens for us too. This is why the woman is not respected in the way she should be. Because as mothers, that's what a mother is. A mother is a mother, a nurturer, a confidant. But we ain't just some friends where you think you gonna talk to me crazy. You can come and tell me stuff, but now you gonna talk to me crazy. See, that's what I'm saying. Making them feel safe enough to come to you, but look, sweetie, you can't just talk to me reckless like I'm your homegirl. So that respect has to come back in for all women, for mothers, for grandmothers, for aunties, all that. But give that respect to you first too. So then in return, they can respect you because they're only going to show up in the way that you show up. So whatever you do in front of them, stop thinking because you might think because they little and don't know. No, they do. Believe me. Even as little as they are. They peep game. These babies be way smarter than their parents. Our children be way smarter than us. Because I even look at my grandchildren and be like, goodness, they 10 times smarter than I could have ever been at their age. So don't play these children and think they stupid like they don't know what's going on. They do. They know when you're not living up to your abilities, when you're not doing what you're supposed to do. They know and they pay attention. They know and they pay attention. Take it from someone that has adult children. So I ain't telling you something I heard. I have adult children, 31 to 19. They will tell me stuff that when they was 2, that I'm like, how did you remember that? And I didn't like the way he talked to you. And I didn't like, you remember that? And I didn't like the fact that he was doing this. And I didn't even know they seen that. Because you swear you keeping stuff from them. But they ain't stupid. Far from it. They see it. They know it. And they'll either confront you on it when they get older, or they're going to become that when they get older. Period. So watch what you do, man. Watch how you show up. Because we need to be our best for them. We need to show up as our best self as much as we can. Not to say we got it all figured out and we're perfect, but at least try to show up in your best self for the sake of them, not for the sake of your reputation, but at least let them have something to be proud of when they get older. At least that. Stop just allowing even those children that you've had before. Don't do that. You're responsible. Our children are our children forever. They don't never stop. I'm always my mama's child, even at 50. Even when she transitioned, she's still my mother. I can still talk to her. I can still relate to her because I'm a part of her, so she's never going to leave me. She's always a part of me. What I'm loving the most about this, coming into this awareness or this oneness, is even starting to feel this energy of, I don't have to be in a certain place, but I can feel you from all the way over there. I ain't got to be in your face, but I can feel your energy from hundreds and thousands of miles away. So when I close my eyes and I visualize and I meditate on those amazing things, like I just told you about my grandma. When I close my eyes and I can see her in that kitchen standing over that stove, that gas stove in front of that window, the same window that we used to wash clothes out of, because we had a washing machine that had to sit outside because of the way the water came out. So literally, yes, a child that was born in the 70s, grew up 80s and 90s, I'm drying my clothes like this. Each of us had to do our loads. So even young, I was young learning. My children had to start washing their clothes at 6 and 7. I'm not washing your drawers because now, they stink. You got to learn. So we teach you how to wash your clothes. My grandmother was like that. So we were all little, had to learn how to wash our own clothes. So our piles were our piles of clothes. So we had to wash them. So that thing sat outside that window. It was a big old white washing machine. The whole old school hole in the middle. Water would fill up with the hose from outside, and then it would move and the water would drain out. But we had to dry it with this thing. You had to put it through the thing, and it, like, you wound it, and the clothes came through, and you had to keep going until it dried it all the way, instead of having to wring dry it like they used to do by hand. So I can close my eyes and still see all that happening. And that's the joy of remembering my grandma, that I can still be in that place in time if I close my eyes and meditate on it and hold it. What Brother Sharif say? You got training wheels. Like, he was, oh, y'all got to go watch the video because I don't want to tear up the way he gave this demonstration on the, on manifesting and like meditating and feeling certain things through this, right? You got to go watch it. But even when I close my eyes, and I do that a lot, I can think of Frankie Beverly when he passed. I think of my daddy playing the bass guitar so I can hear him. Do, 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 do. I can hear all that Frankie Beverly. And I can see the speakers. I can see me sitting on the floor in my little Indian stance. I can see that. I can see my cousins behind me. I can see us swaying from side to side while my Uncle Floyd's singing. My dad's playing the bass. My Uncle Terry playing the drums, whatever they're doing, the whole band going. I can close my eyes and visualize that. That's the best part of not being separate from my dad. Understanding he's always with me, I'm always with him. I can just close my eyes and reminisce on the things that are so amazing. So, that reminiscing, give your children that part to where they can remember those amazing parts of you, even as they close their eyes and always feel connected to you. Give them that. Give them happy days. Give them joy. Let them know what that feels like. Even if you didn't know what it feels like, at least let them know what it feels like. To bring them joy. Don't let them be brats, though. Like crying and wanting, no. Bring them joy. Show them happiness. What that really looks like. And it's not in things. So you can't go buy things and think that's where happiness comes from. No. The time. My babies were like time. They wasn't tripping because we don't do birthday parties. They wasn't tripping we don't do Christmas. They wasn't tripping off that stuff. Because guess who we were? We were together. We sat down together. Come on, y'all. We're going to all cook together. We're going to watch movies. We're going to listen to music while we cooking. We all cooking. All my children know how to cook. All of them. So when I say they are in Colorado taking great care of my mother, I love it. Because my baby will make sure she eats. My oldest is a chef. He going to make sure she eats. So grandma's being lifted. She got nothing but warriors around her making sure she's straight. So they better. Because if not, you're going to answer to me because that's my mama. And I don't play about my mama. So go back to that. We got to get back to that. We got to get back to that loving. Go drop grandma off of some dinner. Go drop your mom off a plate. Do something kind. Show that love back. Give that love back that they always gave to you. As I said, mother is great. She gave us a body until we could take. She took care of it until we could take care of ourselves. If we treat it right, we get another one. Especially you brothers, you get another one. To come back and finish the work. Because you don't realize when you come back, you coming back to finish where you stopped. So don't think. Nobody gets this in one lifetime. Nobody does. I don't care who you are. Jesus was little. We still unfolding. We're still unfolding from ancient times. So no, you didn't get it when you got here and because we became aware and no. We still got many roads to go, many mountains to climb to get to this. So when we go on to this next level, this next ascension, we got to be light enough to carry the load. We can't carry all these bags with us where we going, y'all. We got to lighten our loads. Lighten your load. Breathe. Manifest. Meditate. What Brother Sheree say? Real meditation is you holding that thought for 14 seconds. Whoa. I am going to figure that thing out. Because meditation ain't humming and listening to no music. He said meditation is holding the thought for 14 seconds. Only reason why I'm taking heed to that, because this brother is a martial artist, like, guru. How do you say, like, master? So I know it's all in mind, too, when you're dealing with that. Because I took karate as a kid. Not saying I was ever no kind of sensei or nothing. But as a child, my mom kept me and stuff. So I remember the mind has a lot to do with that. So when he said that, holding a thought for 14 seconds could only take me back to, like, certain martial arts stuff. Because then how do they break that doggone board like that? They had to hold a thought. I'm about to break this board. And held that thought. To breathe in and then bam real quick and break it. Yeah. See, I'm a visual person. So when people are saying stuff 9 times out of 10, I am visualizing it going on in my head already. I'm like sitting there going. I'm watching it play out in front of me. So that's how I was able to relate that to it. Because I was like, yeah, because I can remember being little and having to sit there and sit and hold it. Hold the thought. How do we hold a thought? I'm sure going to work on that, y'all. I'm going to work on it. Let me know how y'all end up doing it. If you're able to hold a thought for 14 seconds, one thought. Don't let your mind drift off nowhere else, but just hold that one thought for 14 seconds. That is a challenge for me. I'm going to work on it. Y'all, this is going to be funny because I'm going to probably be coming out here talking about, y'all, I was able to hold it for 2 seconds. But I'm sure as I practice and apply it to my life, it will get better and better and better. and I will get to the point where I can hold a thought for 14 seconds. But once I'm able to hold this thought for 14 seconds, y'all, I'm going to be able to hold it for 20. And then that manifestation is going to be real, because then I'll be able to really understand how that thing works, how it does come into fruition. But I have to give honors and give thanks for those training wheels, because I'm going to be using them. When I hear people say things, I'm going to put it to the test on myself, and not just say it to be saying it to you, but test myself to see how I can push myself to the limit. Get myself there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so I wanted to come on here and talk about this. It's just the funniness. I got to get ready to go watch my brother's show. Brother Pennington Bay did one on the paradigm shifting, and where we're going as a movement, I want to say. And I didn't get a chance to watch that last night, so that is my video I'm going to go and watch in a few minutes, because I want to see what he says. You know, I was on his podcast. It was amazing. He does an amazing build. I like listening to him. There's many scholars out here that are amazing that you could pick up some great things from. I always say, always make sure that you go back and you research the information. You can, so that you know that it's right. Don't just go off of what people are saying to you. You know, for me, for so long, that's what we've done, because I've been one to do that when I was just in church. I just listened. And, ooh, that sounds good. And, yeah, I turned to the verse. But did I ever go back and study the verse when I got home? No. I just took the word for what the pastor said for the day and kept it moving. More science taught me something different. You can't just go off of what nobody say. You better go codify. You better go make sure it's what it is. So it took me to go deeper and study deeper and not allow somebody just to tell me. Because if I'm just going to allow someone to tell me something and I go off of that, then truly I have no dominion over my soul. I'm letting somebody else dictate my soul's purpose. Dictate what my soul's actions are. Because the actions are thinking, understanding, reasoning, and willing. And if none of that is you on your own and someone else is navigating that, that's not good. You're just going off a belief system of perhaps what you think might be true, and you ain't got no faith base behind it. So that's why it's so important to not just go off of what people say, but to go and research and find those answers and see where you can find it, and see if it even resonates with you once you do find it, to note it. You know, Islam. So, the hoodoo voodoo thing is something that I've been into for a minute. I love reading up on it. I love just knowing. I have ancestral tarot cards. I have hoodoo tarot cards, but they're for me. I love it because I love to see what it is and how it is. I even have a set of master yoga tarot cards that I love. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's just the tools that I use to just navigate myself, not necessarily for anyone else. Because a lot of times people take these tools and they use them, but they're not using them for the good. They're using them for bad. So putting your energy and juju on things will turn bad into the person that you're so-called trying to read. That's why you can't do that. That's not what that's for. Come with a pure heart. Only the pure in heart can see the king. Only the pure in heart. So if you're going to pick that up, make sure you're pure in heart. You're not using it to be evil, deceitful, undermine someone, any of that. Because that's not what it's used for. And that's why it's so demonized. And that's why things are flipping backwards on people that are using them. Because you can't hear Allah in the noise. The still small voice can't be heard in all that noise. That still small voice has to come within you. Nobody else can hear that still small voice for you neither. So sometimes we're out searching for someone to give us an answer that we hold within ourselves. Because you have to realize us and Allah are one. We don't need nobody else coming in to disturb what me and Allah got. So y'all have to be careful with all that stuff. Because you don't know when people are doing that, are they even preying on you and your situation? You can pay them, you can do whatever. That don't mean anything. You don't know what energy they're bringing into your read. What they've been going through. And they could look like they ain't going through nothing, but you don't know within. That's why I say we can look at the cup. Ooh, that's a nice cup. But you ain't worried about what's inside the cup. You was talking about, dang, ooh, that's a pretty red. Ooh, look at that brown and white. Ain't thought about what the substance is on the inside. Because y'all like everything dressed up. But never opening it up to say, oh, that stinks. Oh, my God, what is that? Because you were so caught up on what the outer appearance was, the physicality of everything, not the makeup. That's why I say touch your soul. Get in touch with it. Because it's something you can't see, touch, smell, hear, or taste. It's a substance far too fine for fleshly eyes to see. But it navigates you. And when you're allowing someone else to be over that, in whatever you're doing, you're allowing someone else to take over your soul. So when they're tapping into your soul, you don't know what they tapping into. You don't know what they could be leaving, what mark they could be leaving on your soul. Study. Study and show yourself approved, whether it's a Circle 7, whether it's the Bible, the Torah, whatever. Study to show yourself approved. Don't study to show somebody else. You. We responsible for this. What we do with this, how we treat this, we are being laid out. So get back to that. Get back to loving on yourself, man. Go outside, take your shoes off, like they say. Go ground in the ground. Go love her. Go let Mother Earth. Because we disrespect Mother Earth so much, that's another thing. The mother thing. We disrespect Mother Earth so much, which that's who feeds us on a daily basis. Whether it's she feeds us for the truck to get to the grocery store. She feeds us for the food to come out the ground. Mother Earth is disrespected. That's why I keep saying the mother ain't got no respect. The woman ain't got no respect. She's just being used, abused, and scarred. And it's through Mother Physical, Mother Nature, Mother Earth, all of the mother. The mother of virtues, the harmonies of life, abused, mistreated, not respected. It needs to be raised back up to the highest height, because that's the only way this is going to happen. A nation, not one nation around this world is respecting their woman. Not a one brother, not a one nation. I don't see it. A nation can rise no higher than its woman. It cannot raise no higher than its woman. So if the woman is not up where she should be, and I don't mean lifting her dress up. I don't mean trying to get, that's not what I mean. Lift her up to the highest heights. Back to Allah. Back to that station. Back to the throne. And you might not think all women deserve it, but a whole lot of us do. Including your mama, your grandma, your great-grandma, your great-great-grandma, and so forth and so on. A lot of us do. So it's that time. Respect her. Love her. Like I said, take mama a plate today. Go cook something. Go cook and clean. Don't just go cook, tear up the kitchen, and don't clean up. Go to her house, clean up, make her a meal. Hey, Mom, how you doing today? Hey, Grandma, how you doing today? Do that for them. Hey, Auntie, how you doing? Even if Mama not there, Grandma, sister, somebody, a female, go be of service to a female today. Be a servant. Learn what that is. Not a slave. Be a servant. It's good to be a servant. I'm being a servant right now. A servant of Allah to come on here and give a demonstration. Learn to be a servant. Go serve a sister today. Go put a smile on a sister's face. I don't care if it's your neighbor that you don't know. Most of you don't know your neighbors. Go find out. Might be a grandma next door to you that ain't got no food. Well, see if she would like a plate today. Or if you cook Sunday dinner tomorrow. Take someone a plate. A grandma, a mama, a auntie, a sister. I don't care if it's the stranger on the corner. The elder at the grocery store. Go do something. And you ain't got to do it and be shining no light to show you did it. Just go do it. That need to be between you and Allah. Not you and the world. Peace and love. I hope y'all have a good day. I had to come on here because that doggone Barry coming for y'all brothers was funny to me. So now I'm going to go watch the paradigm shifting with my brother, Pennington Bay. As I said, y'all check out Brother Richard's show last night with Brother Sharif. Check out Brother Pennington Bay's podcast last night, The Paradigm Shifting. Y'all keep hold on this because I'm telling y'all, there's some real serious boys out here doing some real serious demonstrations that I know. The Prophet is just like Islam. The Prophet is all up in this. His spirit is all up in this. For those that been playing with it, it's too late at this point. The people on fire with it and ready. And some of these it's some brothers just getting out the doggone clink, clink, clink. That's giving it. And doing it. And they just got out. The open businesses doing their thing. Under more Science Temple. Understanding the role. So y'all check out these shows. Y'all get ready for this heat. Because it's coming even hotter. Sagittarius season ain't even came upon us. And y'all know we full of fire. So you know. That's when it's going to get real good. Because when these sages start blossoming out. Especially when sage season comes. You know, we are the scholars. We are them thinkers. We them deep thinkers. We them deep thinkers. Sometimes think too deep. We get on people's nerves. We think so deep. But that's what we were made for. Somebody had to be. Everybody else wanted to be the surface dwellers. We came in to be the deep thinkers. The scholars. The humanitarians. We coming. Oh, we coming. The humanitarians. The ones that ain't afraid for the spirit to rise up in us. Because we understand we're that phoenix. We that fire. So y'all get ready. Because we in Libra season. We in the month of October. We about to go into Scorpio. And then we come into the sages. So you know it's coming it's coming hard. So be ready. They're trying to teach you balance right now. Trying to tell you, get your mind balanced. Because when these Scorpios and Sagittarius come, y'all going to be trying to scramble away like it's time to go. Oh, goodness. You're going to want to go under a rock somewhere if you ain't got it together. You know. Yes, y'all. So have a good day. I'm going to go and watch a show and go outside and enjoy a Saturday. Peace and love until next time. Peace and love. Let me calm a girl. I thought I did. I didn't leave it. Nope. Leave the studio.